Welcome to Mobility Insider. My name is Morten Hannesbo, your host on the program. Today we'll be talking about and driving this car, the Audi Q8 e-tron 50 in the black edition version. Audi brought out the e-tron back in 2019, and it was the first fully electrical car from Audi. And it became really a success overnight because it was the only offering, and when the others came out, this car was already in front. Audi then decided to give the e-tron an upgrade for 2023, including battery and cosmetic changes. I will take you through those changes. This car has a battery with 89 kilowatt hour capacity. The motors have been upgraded from previously 313 horsepower to 340 horsepower. The range of the Q8 e-tron 50 is, according to VLTP, 466 kilometers. The sticker price on this car is 115,410 Swiss francs, but you can get it in the base spec version already at 96,930 Swiss francs. Audi made significant changes to the car, but only cosmetic changes. They didn't change the size of the vehicle. It is 491 centimeters long and 219 centimeters in the width, including mirrors. One of the benefits of the e-tron has always been that they charge fairly fast, and this car is no exception. It will take 150 kilowatt maximum, but it will keep that curve for quite some time, and that makes the car still very competitive when you compare it to the competition. The acceleration from 0 to 100 is just 6 seconds, and the top speed is a healthy 200 kilometers per hour. I've had the chance to drive various e-tron models over the last 4 years, and I've done several thousand kilometers, so I know the cars really well. I'd also had one of the early models that had a few electronic bugs, but that has been sorted now by Audi. Other areas that were improved for this 2023 model: the suspension has been refined, so it is making the car feel actually much lighter than it really is. And they also tweaked the steering, so it is about 10% more direct than the steering was in the old model. I think they have done a good job. It was always a nice looking car, but now they have tweaked the design and they have made it more sporty and more contemporary. The wheels are new, the side sills have been modified, and they worked on the aerodynamics quite a lot to improve the fuel economy. This part has been completely renewed so that the air streams through the front grille in a much more efficient way. They have tweaked the inserts here so the air can go through easier. And here they have a curtain behind the sill that will open and close depending on the temperature and on how fast you're driving. They also tweak the bottom of the vehicle, so there's now a plate which is a carbon fiber plate that also improves the aerodynamics quite a lot when you drive at higher speeds. But in spite of all these improvements, the fuel economy is still not the very best. But this is a big car, so that explains a bit of it. But it is also a very heavy car, and all in all, I don't think you will have an easy task of reaching 466 kilometers range as WLTP is claiming. But I think if you drive wisely, I think 400 kilometers are possible, or at least 350. Audi, as you probably know it, very nice design, very contemporary. Nothing wrong with that. But if you look a bit at the plastic, this is a luxury SUV, so you've got soft plastic, but it does look like plastic. Here you have a more tactile feel, but it is clearly plastic that has been stitched, so it should look like leather. Then you have here another material, carbon fiber-like texture, and then you have the glossy black parts, and you have another grey plastic part. So there's a bit of a mixture, but it looks okay overall. But that, combined with the in-car entertainment system that is a smaller screen that you would expect from a car in this price range today, it does make the car look just a little bit dated. even though I must say it all works really well, nothing wrong with the function. What I do like though are the seats. The seats are fantastic for long trips. And they have designed them with the red stitching. I really like that. They also took that color and continued that on the safety belt, so you get that right, that red stripe there, and even the stitching on the steering wheel has been made with a red thread as well. What else is there to say? Well, the in-car entertainment system is really good Audi quality, works fairly well. Navigation system is connected to the My Audi app, so you can control it from your mobile phone. You can also open and close the car and do all the stuff with your phone with the app. You can program the screen as you want. I like the two different screens where you have the temperature controls here and you have the radio and navigation and main functions on the top. So what I also like about this system, that you can use this screen also as a drawing board. So let's say you want to go to Munich, you just write it while driving, even you don't have to look. And you just do like this and then it comes up with Munich. I like that. That is a good solution, Audi. Overall, very nice place to be, but the design is a little bit dated, so you feel that the car has matured well, but it is no longer the most modern design in this segment. One thing that I really like about this car is that it has the normal large side mirrors, and it doesn't have the camera-based miniature side mirrors. I tried both. These are by far the better ones, and you should definitely choose this one if you buy an Audi Q8 e-tron. You have nice solid doors. You have air vents in the B-pillars. Plenty of room for your legs. You got your air vents here. You can control the temperature. You have two USB chargers and also a cigarette lighter charger here as well. Armrest really comfortable. Even has a storage for your mobile. You have cup holders as well. Maybe I don't particularly like the headrest because they're not see-through, so you can't really see what is happening in front of you when you're on the back seat. You have to move a bit to the middle of the seat, but other than that, a really nice place to be. So as you would expect for a large vehicle, you have a decent trunk space, 528 liters, with some flexibility as well. You can take out this tonneau cover, use a bit of force, then you can stow also large suitcases. Here you also have some space for cables and for the stuff that you need for your long trips. It comes with a nice feature that you can use to secure the cargo, which is quite useful. So as you can see, you get quite a big cargo space in the Sportback version. I think the one in the normal SUV e-tron is a little bit more useful, but this is of course quite big. You're not gonna have too many issues fitting your cargo into this space. What I do want to say is that the cargo space doesn't give you a full flat floor. Actually, it has an incline where the seats are, but overall I think you'll be quite happy with the space. So I've criticized some of the Volkswagen Group products, including the Audi Q4 e-tron, for not having a frunk. Now, this one is of course fantastic because the Q8 e-tron does have one, and in fact it gives you 62 liters of usable space in the front of the vehicle. Well done, Audi. When Audi developed the e-tron, they put a lot of effort into the charging capability of the vehicle. This car charges with 150 kilowatt maximum, and what is really clever is that you can charge the vehicle from both sides, which is very smart. Here you have the AC charging for home charging, 11 kilowatt, and on the other side you have fast charging up to 150 kilowatt. There are three things that I like about this car, just small details, but nevertheless important. So the mid-console can keep the phone, keep the bottles, the cables can go through. That is one thing. Second thing is Audi works so much in the details. So for instance, the stitching on the seat belts, it's got a red color on the edge, and that red color is then carried through to the seats where you have red stitching. So it gives you this sporty feeling in the car, and just this really good attention to detail Audi does so well. And the final thing of those three things is the surprisingly fast charging that the e-tron does. Even though it's not the latest technology, it is just so refined and well managed, the charging system, that you get a good experience, and that gives you a fairly high travel speed when you travel through France or Germany, where you can go long distance. So nice three things that Audi has done really well. So we're getting to the end of our review of the Audi Q8 e-tron 50. We stopped at this charging station, which is a specific Audi charging hub in Zurich, which is highly recommendable. They've got fast chargers, and you've got a nice covered area for when you charge your vehicle. So the consumption of the Q8 e-tron 50, I averaged 23.9 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Translated into range, that gives you about usable range 350 to 370 kilometers. We took the car down to just 4% before we started charging, so this is a really good test on how fast the Q8 e-tron really does charge in real life. So what can I say about the Q8? Well, it is a really nice car to drive. Quality, the build quality, the materials are all really good on the Q8 e-tron. It is a large car, but it gives you not a feeling of not being able to maneuver in town. Actually, the size works pretty well, and of course you get a lot of interior space in the vehicle, so that is a really good compromise. This is the 340 horsepower version of the e-tron. It is fast enough, 0 to 100 in 6 seconds, so it doesn't blow your socks off, but I would probably like a little bit more power to get that extra supreme feel when you drive it. But overall, the power in this car is adequate, but if you want some more power, Audi will soon bring out the SQ8 e-tron, which gives you 500 free horsepower from 3 electrical motors, and then I'm quite sure you'll be happy with the performance. I really like the car. It is great to drive. You know, how do I rate this car? You have to take a balance of product, performance, feel, and price. So I decided to give the Q8 e-tron 50 3 stars out of 4. And that's a really good verdict. Now, considering this is 4 years in the market, now it had a facelift and some technical tweaks, but this is not a new electrical vehicle, and it is still holding up really well. So I think 3 stars is a fair and also a really good rating for this car. So I like to give a few tips or recommendations. You know, what would I like Audi to see improve on this vehicle? First of all, the charging speed is okay, but it is not impressive. It can charge with a maximum of 150 kilowatt, which will give you a charging speed typically between 30 to 32 minutes for 10 to 80%, which is not bad, but that is better on many of the new vehicles today. So charging speed, number 1. Second thing is the efficiency. Even though Audi made a lot of improvements, and it has improved over the previous model, the efficiency is okay. So on a day like today, we did a trip, 21.5 kilowatt hours consumption, 18 degrees Celsius. The previous days, we did it in colder weather, and the average in total for these 4 days we have been driving with the car is 23.9 kilowatt hour consumption. So why is that? It is a heavy car. It is not the most efficient in terms of how it converts the power into how the car drives. So it is no longer the top of the class here, and I think this is something Audi should have improved further on the vehicle. It is not bad, but it's not up there. Thirdly, of course, the price of the vehicle. As it is spec'd here in the black edition, it cost about 115,000 Swiss francs. 115,000 is a lot of money for a car. You do get similar vehicles that has more modern technology, but those vehicles don't give you that Audi feeling and that Audi quality that you get in this vehicle. So it's up to you to decide whether that is a obstacle that you can live with or not. It is a great car, but it could be better in terms of how fast it charges, the efficiency, and it could be cheaper too. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see some of my other videos, look at my Mobility Insider YouTube channel. Thanks.